And in today's video, Minecraft, and I'm actually going to be showing you how I am going to build a little airstrip, my Jake grip, going around here. And so if you saw my last video, it was also another video in Minecraft, and I did a little tour, showed you guys my small little regional airport called Vanguard Regional Airport, and I said I am eventually be building a larger, almost like Heathrow equivalent size international airport. But in the meantime, I also said that I wanted to build another little airstrip just so I can have somewhere else to fly to, and a little private owned kind of place. And this is where we are now. As you can see, I've already laid the runway, and pretty much that was a very simple, easy task. That's literally all I've done. Is just laid a runway and found a spot, nice big open spot here. Like I said, it's not going to be humongous, but I've got my heliport over here, and that's where the runway going to be. So I thought it's actually quite an alright spot to put something like this. And it appears I've missed a marking of well, 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So well, by the looks of it, we've just that's alright. That's fine. You gonna notice it really? Not really, are you? But yeah. So again, it already shows well, we can always change this up, to be fair. We can always change it. What do we need? So we need 4 from there. So actually all we need to do is insert 4 blocks here. So what we can do is we can find middle. Now what I'm using here is a tool that pretty much you can copy paste stuff, move stuff. It's very easy. It's a lot easier to use than World Edit. I've had it for ages. I've had it since the whole time I've actually started building this. And this should hopefully work. This is like the first time I've actually used this feature. So let's press 4. Will it move back? Ah! Okay. So let's use our back button then. Undo that. Okay, so what about... Nope, that moves it forward more. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know then. Okay, that's fine. So what we're going to do now, that don't work, so we're going to copy that. And we're going to move it back 4 blocks. Paste that. Now, we should, in the middle here, have enough space. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Perfectly. Perfect. And just like that, we've made the runway look just right. See? Amazing. That was quick, easy, added 4 blocks onto the runway. Obviously it will probably take a lot longer if someone has to do it. So this runway is facing east and west. So we've got 27, which is the western facing runway. And then 5 blocks to number 7. It's quite hard. It looks like a question mark. Just need the dot, like, oh, no. Dot 1 above, to be fair, make it question mark. Which means the other side of the runway is 09. It's a very narrow runway. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus another 5. So 11 blocks wide. So it's narrower than the Vanguard airport, but this airport is literally just for 2 aircraft. And to be fair, maybe the jet as well. But that'd be a tight for us. Tight squeeze. So yeah, so how am I gonna, make this into a little airfield? And the plan is I have, since I last did the YouTube video, I got a new add-on on Minecraft that actually gave me loads of different vehicles. It's called Vanilla Vehicles. I saw it on TikTok actually. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. I really want that. And long and behold, I have it now. So I get my shulker box out. Which is a great way to organise things. And is it in here? No, of course it's not. Okay, and let's try this one. No. So I wasted all that time then for pretty much nothing. That's alright. Okay, so I'll just find it here. Go down. It's literally just called a plane. Pretty much it's just here. Get some dye and make it dye. Get some blue dye. That's blue dye. And then we can also get something called a smoke bomb. It's not an actual bomb. It's just a little like smoke canister. Get some blue smoke. And then this is the plane. It's this very small plane actually, which is quite nice. Little things like this. You know, it's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks wide, and like 4 blocks long. So it's actually a really nice plane. We can dye the wings and seat like that, and then we can actually get in the plane. And it's an amazing plane to fly. Actually, it can be quite hard to control on the ground. That's the only thing I'll say about it. Oh, we need fuel. Well, forgot about that. Forgot about the fuel part. Here we go. They give it a nice little boost, and now I can use a smoke bomb. Just see smoke. And it looks really cool. Chloe was telling me earlier, it looks really cool when you actually have, like, when you're actually watching it from the ground, as you may be able to imagine. If you see down here, oh, it's landing quick. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to land yet. You see down here, it almost looks like a runway, and that's because there was a runway there before. So I actually was going to have a runway that like crossed over each other, but I thought for a little airstrip, there's actually no point. I know some like do, like I know a lot around here actually. They have a couple small runways that all cross on each other, but I thought there's no actual point. There you go. So very unconventional runway landing. Sorry. Yeah, like that. It's an amazing plane actually. I really like it. And that's going to be my plane for like displays and stuff. I have a little display team in my country, city / thing. Planes that will be used. I've got jets as well. They didn't come with that. They come with my other thing. But I've got jets. Well, I've got 2 types. There was meant to be a cargo plane, but for some reason that's not compatible on Bedrock, so I don't have that. Like almost like a C-17 A400M inspired jet and a stealth bomber, it calls it. It's more like a B-52 and little F-18 type aircraft and a commercial little thing there. Yeah. Anyway, besides the point. So also I recommend for an airport you get some glass. Glass all comes in handy. And it's just actually just gonna be pretty much making the airport itself. So now let's get the biggest plane that will come here. Because that's a thing you need to do as well. So taxiways, all taxiways are as wide as the biggest plane that will be at that airport. So no planes are hitting each other. So the plane we just had isn't the biggest plane. This one's instead the one that we actually flew last time. So as you can see, the wingspan, not a humongous difference in wingspan, by a couple blocks. But this is the biggest plane, and then probably look at it now. It's probably about 9 to 11 blocks. It's probably about the same width as this runway, which is fine. Yeah, so if I look at it, it's about, I'd say there. And there, you want to add a couple of blocks either side, just for safe room. So if the runway itself, between the white lines, 11 blocks wide, so 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 blocks wide. We'll say 13 because then the taxi line in the middle will be just in the middle. So what that means is we don't have a taxiway that's coming off. That doesn't have to be 13 blocks wide from side to side. It just means when on the apron, when the stand's coming off, the in between the white lines has to be 13 blocks. That makes sense. So this taxiway coming off is only going to be 9 blocks. Even though the wing tips will go over by 3 blocks, well, 1.5 blocks either side. This only can be 9 blocks. That's how big I'm going to do it. You can do it as small as little, as long as obviously your plane actually fits on the taxiway. So what we're going to do here is quickly, we're just going to add, well, say 9 blocks. That's 4 either side, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to like push it up by a couple blocks there. So then take 2 off the end. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Oh, that was 5. There we go. And then make your taxiway line onto your runway. Now I always try and not to go over the numbers, but if it's sometimes it is unavoidable. So there you go. That's a nice little curved-ish line. Base like steep one-ish kind of. And then you always kind of want to make sure, especially for little airports like this, can the whole plane fit here? Because obviously you're going to have a holding point. My holding point is going to be here. So you're going to have line. Oh, come on. And then like this, that, I think, or the other way around. Oh god, this is, yeah, I haven't made an airport in ages, and I haven't really been to an airport in a while as well. Well, I say April, but and it's the most simplest thing to forget in my eyes. I know it's either way around. I know it's meant to be 2 bars, but in Minecraft that equivalent's like 7 blocks. So we'll keep it like that. Yeah. So we'll leave it like that at the moment. I'm just searching it up, but it's taking a little while to load. But for now, we're gonna leave it like this. 16% battery on my Chromebook. That's just great, isn't it? But yeah, so we'll leave it like that. And then what we do is you're just gonna fill that in. Just fill the taxiway in. Nice and simple. Like so, and I'll leave that for now. And then an important thing, obviously, I'm not gonna have just one here. I'm also gonna have one in the end and one coming off in the middle. But you also have to make sure that all your holding point lines, no holding point line is further than one and the other. So, for example, you know, your holding point line is the safety line between the taxiway and the runway. Now, if an aircraft was to go, if one holding point line was like here, then you'll pass the safety line. So obviously that's not safe, because if that's safe over there, but this is apparently safe here, that's not safe, is it? So I'm just searching it up now, airport holding point, and then hopefully it will just show me a picture of oh, it is line then dashes, dashes then line. I thought it was. Okay, anyway, so you can do that on the other side, like I'm gonna do now. And in today's video, all I'm gonna do is just make the runway and the main taxiway. So we've already got the runway, obviously. Now you want to make it as symmetrical as you can, almost like a mirror image. So as you can see here, we are 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away when we start the taxiway. So we're gonna go over back here and 4 blocks away, then 9. So we're gonna count to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 again. That block 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, you want to make it like this. Now on this side, it's gonna have to go into the 7, which is fine because you can still read it to 7. Even though you're missing that, you still know that's a 7. You can still clearly see. And then we're also gonna have to destroy some of our center line, because you always want to make the line go into the center line, if that makes sense. So you're always gonna want the line to go into the center line. Always align with the center line. And then we're gonna try and find, roughly half the runway. So the easiest way I do that is I go here to our 296, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk to the other end of the runway, and then you'll see how many blocks it is. So 296. Just put it in my calculator. So that to match. Oh. Now, it doesn't matter about the other ones, if they change or not, you just care about the 296. And then 143. The 296 take away 143, leaves you with 153 blocks. So the runway length from white line to white line is 153 blocks. So half of 153 would be 76.5. So on the 77th block, that's when you're gonna do your yellow taxiway line from the middle. So we're gonna get 77. So 143 plus 77. We'll see what that is. It's 1 4. Nope. 1 4 3 plus 77. It'll probably easily work out in my head. So 220. Or put an A in front of that and we're A220. So I think it's actually around where this plane is here. Okay, so we're on. Nope, not that one. It's this one. Okay, so you can always, obviously, I'm just doing a line just so I know where it is. You're always able, obviously, and what you want to do is obviously make them go onto the center line, both sides. And you can think of these as if you're like rapid exit taxiways. So, plane lands, it doesn't have to go all the way to the end of the runway. It can quickly, while it's still at a little bit of speed, come off. Although, I mean, I wouldn't come off the runway very fast on these ones. Simply because they are pretty, it's just that's it. And then it's just straight line. And then, because I did that, that's 3. So you need to replace that with a white one. And then go down to there. And I think it might actually look better if we do that. Yeah, I think that does. Now you could really kind of make it a bit more like aggressive when it comes on the runway. I mean, this is quite just a straight, gradual line. And I think I prefer it to be a bit more, just get there a bit quicker, if that makes sense. It's just very, I actually don't really know how to describe it, but if you know what I know, if you know what I mean, then like I just think that looks already a lot better than this one. It still could be better, definitely. Like, it still could probably come on the runway a bit more before it starts to turn, but I can sort that out at a later time. Alright, just doing this one now. I did that on the other side, didn't I? Put that block back. Right, there we go. Cool. Still see the center line and everything. So that looks amazing. Just like that. We've got our 3 points coming off the runway. So yeah, and then what you do after now is what I would do anyway, is I'll just Obviously count 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just get these taxiways coming off just a little bit, you know, enough to make it okay, so 4. So we need to come off 4 blocks. So there. And then we've got a holding point. And you can use, if you wanted to almost like it's been just like painted and it sticks up a bit, you can use carpet. For my F1 track, I've used carpet for the curbs and everything, because I didn't really want, you know, like curbs obviously stick out the ground a bit. So when F1 cars go over them, it kind of bumps. So I kind of wanted that same effect. So I used carpet for that. So you can also do the same for these. If you want to, obviously, you don't have to. And then what I'm going to want is I want probably to come about here. So that would make it go, how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 4. So 12 blocks off the runway. That's a good distance, to be fair. It does mean though, if the plane's holding here, the plane probably won't be able to come past. Actually, because of that, I'm actually going to do it 2 more blocks. And then it means that if a plane is there, a plane can easily pass. Otherwise, it's going to be a very slow kind of thing for departures and everything. Also, I recommend doing it. I think it makes it look a lot better. Almost like make it curve, so all your turn-ins, make them curved turn-ins. It just makes the airport look better. So also here, I'll have like that, and then the taxiway will go down here, like that. And I think it just makes your airport look better. I know this is only a small little like airfield as such, but you know, any extra detail does make it look nice. And I recommend for anyone, you know, that maybe doesn't go to an airport a lot or doesn't really memorize markings, is to just get the picture of an airport, that be an international airport or just any airport, and you can just see what the markings look like. You know, for example, you know, they're just yellow lines that just come down and mark the edge of the taxiways. You can do that like that, as I'm doing here. Again, it just makes it more realistic, and it also just shows that you know what an airport looks like. It just shows off what you know. That marks the edge of the taxiway like that. And you're not going to get mixed up with your centre line, because you'll have your blue lights on the edge. Well, that's what I will do anyway. And for blue lights, I normally use the torch, you know, the blue torches. I don't actually know what they're called in Minecraft, but that's what I'll use. Simply because it gives the colour that I need. It's not... Obviously, they do stick up the ground. I wish Minecraft made, like, actual little lights that actually just are flat. But they don't. Other than if you want to use blocks, but you can't really use blocks for this. Like light blocks, that's what I'm talking about. So I'll show you in a minute what I use. And then for the runways, I use the red lights, the redstone torches. For the green lights for the end of the runway, I'll use copper torch. So the torch, I'll sometimes use that. So I used to use that loads when we didn't have the copper torch. And then you've got the soul torch and you've got the redstone torch. So they're the torches I use, and they're the torches I would recommend you using as well, because it does makes the airport look more realistic, and at night time it does really look nice, with the whole airport lit up. So that, and then again for this side, so as you can see there, and then this will come on the end, so I'll know where I need that. And I don't feel like No. And then this will come down, and then I kind of forgot how I did the curve. Was it there? Oh no, I think, yep, and then like that. So as you can tell, you do sometimes forget how you did it, but that's fine. You can always go back, and I would recommend using what you've done before as a little helping guide like that. And for some reason I keep on covering up the center line, and then so as you see here, you've got that, and you want to start the curve almost like so you do 4 again. And my airports, when I'm building them in the building stage, there'll just be lots of these everywhere. Like a little line or just a couple lines just full of this. And it'll look like you've just almost like just got a knife and cut the taxiway into 2, then took out the middle, or the runway or whatever. And that really actually helps because it just shows me where everything's going, how big stuff is as well. Like if I want to join stuff up like that, I just know it's that big, and I go, oh, okay, that's really easy. I know where it needs to connect to, and I can just make it that wide. And for this as well, we're back on. So this is probably the main taxiway, and there will be stands coming off of here. I think, to be fair, although what I might actually do is I might have, because I do want it almost like a private owner, so I'm going to have lots of hangars, and also at the end of one of the airfields, I'm not actually sure if I'm going to do it on that side or if I'm going to do it on this side yet. Probably just keep it all on one side, because otherwise then the fence is going a really long way around. And considering it's only a single short runway airport, to have 2 taxiways going off on either side is pretty extensive for one runway airstrip. Pretty much, it's not a very long runway, and it's not a very big airstrip eventually anyway. So what I'm going to do, this won't be the main taxiway. Well, no, this is the main taxiway, sorry. But I'm also going to have taxiways going down each thing, and then there'll be lots of stands. So that is when you're going to want your 13 wide, like from yellow line to yellow line. That's when you're going to want your 13 wide taxiways. But for now, I can probably keep it with the 9. But I think what I am actually going to do is extend it to 11, just because there is the bigger aircraft that's going to come down here, and it should really be 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then so actually I think it's this one needs to be, yeah. So just like that, and then you can see there. So we do the same to the other side. I recommend doing whatever you do to one side, do it straight away to the other side straight away. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to actually visualize it as well. And obviously this doesn't look like a lot at the minute, but honestly it does. Once we start to get it all down, it does start to look really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to finish this main taxiway, and I'm going to come back and show you guys. Now, just quickly, I thought, before I finish it all off, I thought I would say that you can cover stuff up even if you know something's going to go there. You can always, like, for example, for all I know, which it probably will, to be fair, I'll have another taxiway, one of the little mini taxiways going down here where there'll be loads of stands. Because it could full well be, and to be fair, it probably will. It's a center of the runway. It just makes sense, to be fair, to have one there. But as you can see, I've clearly, just carried the line straight on, and that's pretty much because it doesn't take a lot to, break a few blocks and then add some back. Or, in this case, I wouldn't even need to break that many. Just break back the line, the yellow line there, and just curve it around. It wouldn't take that long. It'd take a minute or 2 just to get rid of the blocks that I need to get rid of. But just when you're building it, especially, just for the sake of it, I would just, even if something's going there for certain, unless you really want to, unless it helps you, but I think it helps me more, just getting one thing done and then moving on to the next. And if that means that breaking a couple blocks that I just placed, then I don't mind doing that. So anyway, I'm going to use my little thing here just because it speeds up. And when there's nothing actually here that needs to be hand placed, like personalized, yeah, I might as well do this. And the good thing about the taxiway and most things, I don't actually have to measure out, you know, the amount of blocks and place the next one. I can literally, most of the time, it's like 2 blocks until you mess up like that because you go too quickly. Spend time getting rid of it. Well, that takes like seconds. Obviously, you can take your time and do every, like, proper each individual panel. But to be honest, I think that's just a waste of time. Or I could just speed run it. Yeah, like that. And then when you get to the end, you just join up the lines again, like so. I'll do the hold point line in a minute. Hold short line, sorry. Or holding point line, or to be fair, whatever you want to call it. So go like that, and I, to be fair, I completely forgot how you did the line. So 1 block in front, and then you just, yeah, just connect the line up. So 1 block in front of here, which we are now, and then is it a 1, 1? Was it just like that? No? How did I do it? Yeah, okay, well, obviously it was like that then. So boom, like that. And you can already see we've got that line connected up. So this taxiway here is coming along really nicely. And let's just connect all that up. And then four floor blocks? Okay, so 4 there, so 1, 2, and then connect it like that. And then this will come down here. And it can be quite hard actually getting this final like curve line here. You can always leave that until you know you've kind of got it all filled in. And try and always, especially on the curve, it can be quite hard to keep your 4 block kind of thing. Otherwise it will look really funky if it just goes big to small to big again, or small big, you know, it literally can change, and it can really kind of just make the look a little bit less nice. So this line, by the looks of it, had to hold at the solid line. That would be 4 blocks, so I think it was. And then like that, then go down, like that again, and then like that. So like I said before, thought I'd show you that quickly. I'm gonna go and finish off this taxiway. I just thought about another thing that I should have done, which I didn't, is make the centre line of the taxiway carry on going down here even when there's turn-offs. Completely forgot about that. I just looked at it now and went, that's funny. Yeah, we should change that. So here it is now. Obviously just need to sort out this corner here, literally just do the same. So after you've done the taxiway, obviously mine's not complete, but just for the sake of this, we'll carry on anyway. Obviously I kind of need to know how many stands I want, and actually, to be fair, more like how many stands can I actually fit in. That's the question. And also, do I want 2 size stands? And yes, I do, to be fair, because these are significantly smaller. And then this. It may not look it, but, you know, just the size here, this plane, compared to that one's like an A380, that one's like a 737. And because of that, I am going to want 2 different stands, because I can fit a lot more stands for these guys than I can for these guys in the same amount of space. And, well, how I do my calculation very quickly is I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks along the side. More 4, but we can go with 5, and we'll just go with 6, just, you know, just to be safe. Just to give that, you know, just to give the plane an extra bit. And we'll go 7 to be fair, because I think it's actually 7 by 7. So 1 at the middle, 2, 3, 4 as the end. So 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 by 7 blocks. Obviously we're not gonna have 7 and a 7 because it'll be literally touching wingtips. So we go 9 blocks, and then that'll give it 2 blocks either side. But we could probably go with, be fair, 11 blocks. I think is a bit too big because then that's like the size of the runway, and as you can see, it doesn't need 11 blocks. And you think it's 11, then 11 again. So that would be what, like 3 blocks either, no, more than 3 blocks, but 4 blocks either side, which is unneeded. So we go 9 by what? What do you want to go with? Probably again, put 9 by 8. So the stand for these guys is going to be 9 by 8. That gives the aircraft loads of space. Oh well, not loads, enough space to operate and everything. So yeah, we'll do it like that, and I'm gonna keep this on the taxiway just because I will probably forget the measurements. And I'm just gonna add another one for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like we said, and it always has to be an odd number. Unless you're gonna have some awkward taxiway line in the middle, because yeah, it just has to. Otherwise, the line will just be wonky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We said 8, didn't we? 1, 2, 6, 8. We'll get it. We'll get it. 8 by 9. Yeah, and then the stand for these guys, obviously they're a lot bigger. So this is what 11 blocks we said about. So again, we probably want about 15 blocks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 again. So they actually, we want the same length of stand, but again, that's gonna be a tight squeeze. So that's 8 there. We'll say 10. So 15 by 10 blocks. So we can pretty much just get a sign, to be fair, if we wanted to. And we could just literally put it on a sign, chuck it somewhere on the airfield, and then we know measurements. And I have done this before, actually it does work like a charm, because you will probably forget them unless you're making the stands there and then. So we're gonna want 11 by, oh, 11, sorry. Oh no, this is for the smaller point. 11 by, what do we say? 8, was it? Yeah, we said about 8. 11 by 8, and stands are 15 by 10. So like that. So the width always has to be an odd number. Doesn't matter about the length. The length can be whatever number you want. Obviously, as long as it fits the aircraft. Yeah. So now obviously we know the stance. So what you can do, especially what I'm gonna do anyway, is I'm just gonna make the stance a bit off. But I'm gonna make the stance. So be like that. So we're gonna make the smaller ones first. So like we said, that's 11 by 8. So we want 8 blocks. Right, so we're gonna want 11 first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, sorry, that's wrong. That's wrong. We want 8. Let's take 3 off. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a couple blocks in front. Just give the aircraft space in the front as well. And then you're gonna want 11 blocks at the front. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then so that's 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna want 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So then that's 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then one in the middle is the line. So that, and well, you're probably saying, oh well, why don't you make all the stands universal stands? So but all planes can fit in all stands. Now that is a good idea normally. but obviously we want to make as many stands as possible. And if I can get in, you know, even just a couple extra stands, of just doing 2 types of stands, then 1 type of stand, because you know there are stands at real airports and at especially massive commercial airports that, you know, there are different stand sizes because it just means that they can fit more aircraft in, especially if there's loads of A320s there and, you know, only a few wide bodies. Okay, we'll say narrow bodies. If there's a few narrow bodies there, but loads and loads of wide bodies, and they go, well, why don't you just make all the stands wide body stands? We go, well, there's not, you know, realistically, there's going to be more of these guys, so we might as well just make loads of stands for them, and then have a few wide body stands that actually what we need them for, instead of multiple stuff like that. So we made that stand, and then we're going to make the 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks wide, so significantly wider by 10, don't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which means the line's going to be there, is that right? Oh, I think that's 1 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 2 is 14. So yeah, that would be right. That's cool. Line there, and then add on 2 at the end. 2 blocks at the end. Like so. And we'll also have a road in between. So a road will be like this. This should be the type of road we're going to have in between our taxiways. So, and then it would be another 2 plus then the line. So it goes like that. That's what, you know, it's going to look like as such. All the way down, then we have a taxiway here, a taxiway on the other side. So it's pretty much very symmetrical, almost. So I'm going to start doing that, and we'll come back. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like, and then imagine a taxiway going down either end. And then on the other side, obviously, after all the stands have stopped, we'll have some buildings, also hangars as well. So at the end of some taxiways will just be a big hangar, which we're going to have, to be fair, we'll probably just make a separate hangar at the end of the airport over here. Yeah, that's almost like what it's going to look like. And then there'll be a road that goes all along at the end of the stands as well. So that all should look the same for these guys. So these smaller ones down here. Obviously, this stand is a little bit smaller than this big one here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just actually just going to put all these stands in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big taxiway here that will be 15 blocks wide. So 15. If it actually just come off here, to be honest. So let's put one there and then 15 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There. So like we said, 13 either end, so 15 there, and then is that the middle? I think that's 1 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7. So that's 14. Oh, I think I did that line 1 too soon, which means that's different line. Yeah, that looks about right to me. Okay, so now we're gonna go on here Also, you can get rid of this. Right there. Like I said, breaking stuff that we already built, but that's fine. Pause. That's what I said you should do. And then you break this line here as well. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to make the lines curve round. But this side's fine because it's just carrying on from a line that's already there. So that will just continue on. But then this line will curve even just a little bit. Probably only by that much because it's already very wide texture. So we don't want to make it extra wide as such. Like that. And then one might come off here. So that may look confusing, but it's quite simple to be fair. You got this line here, the main taxiway line. You can either left, or you can carry on for literally like a couple meters. Go right onto the runway, and then if you come off the runway, you can either turn left on the main taxiway, or you can come forward where the hangar will be here and stands will be down there. Very simple, and it looks actually really cool, I think. So that's our little taxiway coming off there, and it is actually quite funny how the main taxiway is thinner than this, but it's pretty much just because even though the plane's gonna still be there, the stands aren't actually gonna start until we're enough blocks away from the wingtips of this guy over here. Which, if we just put him on the center line now, no pressure, just to get it on the first time, and yeah, we completely bottled that up. So on the center line, kind of. I mean, to be fair, as you can see, it's alright actually. Which is now wondering. Oh yeah, because we left a couple blocks in between, didn't we? That's fine. But yeah, so like that, and then glass will go down here. Glass will go obviously in the middle, down there, and yeah. So that, I think, is probably where I'm going to stop it for today because it's already like a 50-minute long video. That's the airport at the moment. This is it. Obviously, these stands will be moved. The taxiways will come together, like that end of the corner of the taxiway over there will be finished, and it will look really nice. But for now, that's where the video is gonna come to a close. I've hoped you, I said, enjoyed watching and maybe even followed along in your Minecraft world. And you know, if you need any of the measurements and want to build a little airstrip like this for yourself but don't know how to, then you can have rewatch the video. Comment any questions. You know, questions are always found. And I actually started a Discord server on Discord, obviously, for 787 Dude. I'll put the link in the comments description below. Links. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, anyone who wants to join, I'll accept. Obviously, that's what it's there for. And pretty much Discord will just be used for any questions. Maybe also, you know, telling you guys what the next video is and when it's coming out and everything. And yeah, it'd be a nice big place where anyone can ask me questions, obviously relate to aviation, and if anyone actually wants to join this world and say even fly from the airport and just explore, then you can as well. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it for today. If you've enjoyed watching, or you know, got some tips or whatever to be fair, and then don't forget to give this video a like. It really supports the channel and it shows that you like this type of content, which I am obviously planning on doing a lot more. And obviously subscribe. We gained 6 subscribers on Thursday, yeah, 6 subscribers, which is amazing. So thanks to all those 6 people that subscribed if you're watching today's video. But you can be like them if you're not already subscribed, and subscribe, it's free. And you can unsubscribe anytime, really. I mean, if you feel the need to so, and to be fair, it's not that hard just to press a red button and turn it grey. I mean, who likes the colour red anyway? I mean, other than Virgin Atlantic, who likes the colour red? And a little bit of BA. But, you know, just turn it grey. I mean, grey, you could, so many cool colours, so many cool things you can do with colour grey. It's just a nice colour, isn't it? Yeah, so you might as well subscribe. Share it to your family and friends, probably more your friends and your younger family members. I don't think, you know, your 65-year-old granddad will still be playing Minecraft, and he might. Fair play to him. And if he isn't, obviously share it to him and anyone else that plays Minecraft. Any other aviation geeks, as you know, we use the term in aviation, and especially like me, geeks who like to build airports in Minecraft because that's the only way they can build airports. Um, then yeah, please share this video to them and anyone you think that does play Minecraft, isn't an geek, but is building a city or like an airport. Then also send this to them. This is a nice little starter amateur basic airport for them to start building. I keep on calling it an airport. I should probably still really call it an airstrip, shouldn't I? It's not very big plot of land this little runway's on. So yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please comment down any questions, anything you need, obviously related to this video or aviation. I'll put the Discord in my description below. Please like and subscribe. Share with your family and friends, especially if you play Minecraft or they're an app geek, and I'll see you later. Bye.